Hey guys, my name is Ed Coyne. I am the founder of the Brooklyn Open. The Brooklyn Open, the Facebook group and YouTube channel you go when you're questioning your will to live and wondering what other mistakes can I really make today. Ooh, let's check out Ed's video. Fuck it! What's going on, guys? So it's been a while since we've done one of these, so I thought we'd do a dumb questions video. These questions you gave me about 2 weeks ago. I hadn't had time to act on them yet, but hey. Got a fake beer? White Claw. I know, it's bad, but fuck it. And I got a pack of cigarettes, so let's do this thing. What do you say? Okay, first question. On the subway, when they say, stand clear of the closing doors, why does that sound like a threat? Well, bluntly, because it is. I mean, look, if you are a New Yorker, all right, one thing you know for sure is that, quite frankly, you're always going to wind up late because of the trains, okay? No matter what fucking happens. If you're an hour and a fucking half early, there is no problem in the fucking tunnels. The train will stop. You know why the train will stop? The train will stop to fuck with you, okay? The purpose of the MTA, of the subway system, is not to get you to work. It's to fuck with you, okay? So here's the whole fucking thing. All right? Because of that, all these little shits that are running to the fucking train, they can't wait for the next train because they're already fucking late. They're an hour and a half early, but they know somehow a 20-minute ride's going to take 3 fucking hours to get to work. So what do? They see the doors closing, they put their hand in there. Usually that works. Somebody will see it, open up the door, they hop in. But every once in a while, the conductor goes, these motherfuckers are going to unalive me if I don't get this going. And honestly, I swear to God, you might think I'm exaggerating. You have to see fucking pissed off people on the train in the middle of rush hour trying to fucking get to work. They will. They so will. So what happens? Doesn't matter whether your hand's in there or not. This train's fucking going. Okay? So what's going to wind up happening? Why do they say it? Why does it sound like a threat? Well, here's why it sounds like a threat. Because what's going to wind up happening is your hand's going to get stuck in there. The conductor's going to go, your life or mine, buddy. Fuck it. Keep going. Your hand's going to stay in the train, and the rest of your body's going to be a little smear on the wall in the tunnel. Okay? So when they say that, it's not a threat, really. It's a warning. It's a promise. Look, if these motherfuckers inside this train seem crazier than your ass, I'm not stopping. I'm not opening the doors. And by the way, while we're talking about the subway, I want to talk about something that apparently is becoming more and more of a problem. Subway surfing. For those of you who don't know what that is, apparently there's a great idea that people do, which is climb on top of the train and try to surf it while it's going. So now my whole thing is, it's great because the MTA does announcements, okay, with these people trying to sound like teenagers, okay, saying, yo, it's not cool to surf the train. It's like, look, this is like fucking Betty White going to a fucking high school and going, hey, my fellow teenager. No, okay, kids ain't stupid, okay? But by the same token, why do we really need to make an announcement to stop people from doing this shit? I'm just saying, it's not really so much of a problem as natural fucking selection, okay? Look, when I was a teenager, and I did a lot of drugs, okay? And I drank a lot of liquor. Okay, some of the liquor I drank were actually drugs that were melted. Okay? I never once went, let me climb on top of something that goes 65 miles an hour, that goes into tunnels that only have half an inch leeway above them, and let me see how long I can survive. No, baby, no. You see, I had something called the will to live. I had something called the will to live. The will to live. The thing that stops you from doing that stupid of shit. Okay? And honestly, I get it. It is a shame that so many people do get injured and die by subway surfing. And honestly, I am so glad I have not had to go to any of those funerals because honestly, what can you say to the parents if their kid dies while subway surfing? At least he can't reproduce now. As stupid as you and your husband are, maybe you two should have thought about that one, okay? Here's a condom. Take that. Okay, so now, wow, why do people say that I have a dark sense of humor? I have no fucking idea why people think I have a dark sense of humor. Okay, next question. Are you as much of an asshole at work as you are in your videos? No. No, I'm not. Okay? And there's a simple reason why I'm not. Okay? The reason why I'm not is I'm paid not to be. Okay? Let me explain this to you. I work in IT. Okay? In IT, you get paid for two things. A, your skills, and B, to not be a fucking asshole. Because you want to be an asshole. When you have your third fucking person in a day that somehow accidentally set their computer on fire, not kidding, that actually happened a couple of weeks ago, by putting it basically on top of something and blocking all the fans because they were making way too much noise, you want to be an asshole. But you see, that is why IT tends to pay well. Okay, it's not money for your skills. It's not money for how much time you've had, how much of experience you had. It's fucking hush money, okay? That's exactly what it fucking is. So no, I'm not as much of an asshole at work as I am on these videos. But baby, the second the work day's over, I'm twice the asshole you usually see. Next question. Why do you apologize even when something's not your fault? Well, really simple. I'm Irish-Jewish. Jewish guilt and Irish memory loss from drinking. I mean, I'm just saying, if I bumped into somebody in the street, the first thing I'm thinking is, oh, wow, I must have did something wrong. The second thing I'm thinking, fuck, is that person at the bar? Is that the woman at the bar that I wound up, like, making out with her cousin, then her brother? Hey, I only found out it was her brother after I saw him in the men's room, okay? So don't judge. I mean, I started making out with him in the men's room, so that, I guess that doesn't count, but whatever. Don't judge. We've all had one of those days. Okay. Let's see. Last question. Okay, getting back to the dark humor stuff. Your humor is really dark. What would your mother say? Honestly, that's my boy. Actually, all jokes aside, my mother had a very similar sense of humor to me. Not quite as dark. She was the Jewish side of the family. And it was actually pretty funny. We were talking one day, and she goes to me, she's like, you have an Irish sense of humor. And I'm like, what do you mean I have an Irish sense of humor? She's like, you totally have an Irish sense of humor. I'm like, no, I don't. She's like, your sense of humor is really dark. I'm like, no, it's not. She's like, man get run over by a steamroller. I'm sitting there like, fucking cracking up, like, all gecko. My mother's like, why the fuck is that so funny? I'm like, because he'd be flattened. He'd be going like this. It would be funny. You'd have a whole trail of blood. And my mother's like, okay, that's not humor. That's psychosis. And I was like, but the trail of blood. And yeah, we need to go see the psychiatrist. Now, didn't give me any good drugs though. No. I mean, the drugs they actually gave me, honestly, I couldn't see my colorful friends anymore. They just kind of disappeared. But the blood never did. Totally kidding. Sort of. By the way, if you live in Forest Hills, over by 102nd Street, if you see the park right across the street from the Maple apartment building, between the Maple apartment building and the LAE, don't dig up where the trees are. Just don't ask why. Don't ask why. But just don't. All right, guys. So that was Dumb Questions with the Admin. If you guys have any other questions that you'd like to submit, please do make a comment to either this on Facebook or on YouTube. You can also email me, and people are starting to email me, and if I haven't gotten the emails yet, I actually got shitloads of them. I still got to go through, so I'm sorry. But you can email me at thebrooklynopen@gmail.com. All right, guys. Everybody have a good night.